Hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you're doing amazing. And my name is Pritesh, welcoming all of you to the amazing, very important, very interesting topic of our amazing series of Mission Appraisal 2024. And the topic is communication skills. Well, irrespective of what domain you are in or irrespective of what field you are in, communication is something that is the most integral and the most critical part of employment or of a professional workspace. Communication is something that we all take for granted, and we think that, oh, we all are very good communicators, we all know how to communicate very well. But I'll give you a basic example. Ask your colleague about, ask your colleague for directions for a famous cafe and see how your colleague explains it to you. If you're able to understand where the place is in one go, well, your colleague is good with communication. But if he or she fumbles a lot, or he or she, is telling, oh, no, not there, you have to take a left from there, oh no, then you go diagonal. If that is the way they are explaining you and you're like, it's better I use the Google map, well, he or she needs to work on communication skills. And that is what communication is all about. Also, when I talk about communication, it is not only, limited to verbal communication. It comes to the way you conduct yourself in your workspace, the way you talk to your colleagues, your body language, the proximity, that is the distance which you maintain while talking to your colleagues. All of that is a part of communication. So communication is verbal, it is physical, it is mental. All of this, is a part of the entire domain of communication. Like a basic thing, like assigning work to your subordinate or asking for help from your colleague. All of these hold a lot of importance when it comes to communication. And that is why there are certain tools that, and certain areas of work that we really need to take care. Now, obviously, I cannot wrap communication in just a 10-minute video. So I'll just tell you the areas that which you should be very careful while you are communicating. First of all, your pitch. If you are talking at a very low volume, which even your colleague sitting next to you is not able to hear, that is ineffective communication. If you're so loud that you're discussing a business strategy and workers in the adjacent building are also able to hear, you are not an effective communicator. The volume should be apt. It should be apt enough that anybody who is sitting very close to you is able to hear it clearly. And if suppose you, first of all, you're not supposed to shout when you're in a workspace. If suppose you want to talk to a friend who is sitting few meters away, please do not shout. Walk there and talk, or call your colleague to you and then talk. Shouting or raising your voice, whether you're very angry or you're very excited or you're very upset, raising your voice anywhere, whether workspace or no workspace, is not a sign of somebody who is good with communication. You should always have a very appropriate volume of your voice when you're talking. You should not be very you should not talk extremely softly, and you should not shout or be extremely loud as well. Even if you're in a party or you're in a casual setup, don't shout, because many times it happens that we are sitting in a restaurant and there is a group of friends and they're so loud that we tend to get irritated. We are in a public place, everybody should behave civil, right? So it applies to you as well. So your volume, the way you're talking, when it comes to your physical communication, you shouldn't, first of all, everybody has a personal space. So make sure that you do not enter somebody's personal space unless and until they have given you the permission to. So even if you are talking to your colleague who is your very close friend, don't go so physically close to him or her that they start feeling uncomfortable, right? So that is again one thing. Your hand gestures when you're talking. You shouldn't be over expressive while talking. Hey bro, you know what happened? I went there, this, that, that shop there. Shouldn't be like that. And you shouldn't be very rigid with your body as well. So make sure that your hand gestures are apt, and this comes with practice. This comes by a lot of study, right? So all of these are something that you should work on when it comes to areas of work. Now, when we talk about the helpful tools, so there are many books available out there in the market. There are lots of videos available on the internet. There are lots of articles written on it on how to be effective in your communication, right? So make sure that you visit them, make sure that you get help from these places. Then certain tips when we come to have being an effective communicator. So I already told you the volume, the pitch, your hand gestures, your proximity, physical proximity that you're maintaining. Then grooming also is a part of communication. Why? Because you are reflecting yourself to the public. So grooming also becomes a part of communication. How well you're dressed, how are you smelling, your the perfume that you're wearing. It shouldn't be something that makes your the person who is sitting next to you just cover their nose. It's like so strong that it pricks in the nose. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be extremely sweet, or it shouldn't be extremely strong as well. So make sure that you're wearing very neutral tones of perfume on yourself. Make sure that you're well kept, you're well groomed, and basically one should have a pleasant personality irrespective of whether you are in your workspace or not, and that helps a lot to grow, to get promoted, and to be a good professional as well, right? So these are some tips that you can think about, and definitely Learnbay offers you an array of courses where you can become a good professional, where you can get trained on communication, where you can get trained in all the technical skills as well that we offer. And with that, we come to an end, and all I would like to tell you is that you are in a professional atmosphere, whether at home, whether in office, whether out with your friends. Remember one thing, that you are reflecting a lot through your words, through your body language, through your actions. So come out as a pleasant personality. Don't be extremely loud. Don't be extremely expressive. Don't be, somebody whom, you would not want to be, right? So work on yourself. It's never too late. And all I can say is all the best. Keep watching, keep learning. Thank you so much. See you all.